real work. I can show you.
And then?
And you'll in a world of legendary moments will be captured. So stand up, scream, and make sure the boys feel you.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
How about them Cowboys indeed? Welcome back to Primetime Studios. Like always, I'm your host, Primetime Phil. And like always, man, my co-host, Gametime Bryan. Gametime, welcome back this, wild weekend. This up a lot of just rivalry talk, a lot of trash talking, a lot of just hopes and dreams. You're either going to be smashed from one team to another. Either way, it's an exciting weekend. We got to wait all the way to the end of the weekend, but it is here. Dallas versus San Francisco. Are you hyped for this weekend?
Dude, I can't. I'm not even gonna. I am outside of my I'm like right now. I'm outside of myself right now. I can't wait till tomorrow night. I'm telling you, Phil, lock it in. It's a W. I'm telling you, that's how I feel about it. Everything is in our direction right now. For the first time in 2 years, since forever, this offensive line, since Tyler Smith was drafted, they're going to be intact. Knock on wood that Tyron Smith don't fart and pull a and blow out a sciatica or something. We're going to be full go on the offensive line, and that is huge, huge, huge. I am ready to roll. Is everybody in the chat ready to go, or what? Are we ready? I am. Are you, Phil?
Yeah, I know. We got Mike Tag in the house. Welcome. We got royalty here, of course.
Mike Tag, yeah. Baby. I can't wait to hang out with Mike, man. He's such a cool dude.
We got a great crowd in here. We had Tay Cowboys already talking in the sense of,
what up, Tay?
This game in general, the game time. This game can't get here soon enough, and I totally agree. I mean, we're over here on a Saturday, the day before, and it's still that itching feeling that I just wanted to just come. I wanted to be here. Speaking of being here, we got Roland's Reviews in the house. Twiz is in the house. Caramel Corn. Mike Aldana, Jeff Lee, Chris. We got. Keep on going. Got JoJo
Thanks
in
for stopping
here.
by, my man.
We got JoJo. I'm going strolling down now. Alina is in here. I want to make sure I got it right.
We've
Coyote.
Judge's ruling.
Yes. Lady Libra is in the house. Glimmerman, of course, and you said EJB, of course. But I appreciate
24/7 Cowboys.
And I appreciate
JoJo was in the house.
And I appreciate all the ones that are just listening in, not typing or anything, just watching as well. I appreciate you guys as well. But yeah, I want to get in there because we really haven't done a lot of those shout outs when we be coming in like we used to. Trying to just jumping into Cowboy news, but this is some big one, a big weekend. Both teams right now, they can feel good about, especially the fan base feels good about their teams going into this matchup. As I predicted at the beginning of the season, I chalked one up to the Jets. I was like, we might lose one there. Aaron Rodgers thing happened and the Arizona thing. And I was like, okay, that mistake, that took over for the Jets, lost what I thought. And then this one I automatically was marking up as well for a loss. But it's different. I can understand what you're feeling.
Welcome.
I'm feeling that excitement in there, and I'm feeling for this team. Again, making the sense of why Tyron Smith was gone for the past 2 games. But, I mean...
What up, Gina?
We're healthy. We're healthy, Brian.
Listen, Phil, we are healthy, again, wood.
At this moment.
And kickoff. At this time, when me and you are having a conversation, we're good to go. But what's exciting about it is that I just feel like this is our time. We have all the momentum in our, revenge factor. Our Cowboys earmarking this game, maybe overlooking Arizona. That's frustrating, but that's in the past. I just feel like, hold up. Oh, they scored. All right. Philly's up 1-0, baby. Bang. Anyway, I just feel like it's our time, Phil. We need this game. I think everything is lining up for us to win. God forbid we don't, I wonder how this team is going to handle it. Because we're looking ahead, we're looking toward this game. I think we're going to come out guns blazing, and we're going to put up a big number. I'm telling you, get ready, people. Get ready for all the backtracking on Monday.
Yeah, when I look at this, when I look at the matchup, I automatically go to last year, and I look at that playoff loss because Dallas versus San Francisco in the regular season has been a total different matchup when it comes to what they've been in the playoffs. Obviously the past 2 times that we played them, we've been eliminated, and those are teams that you may have been like, okay, could they do something? Now going into the season, this team definitely has that different feeling. That's why we get into the hype and get really low when we see an Arizona-type game because, hey, doesn't matter how good you are. If you play that type of way towards the end of the year, you're eliminated and you're watching for the rest of the playoffs. So you see that this team is capable of doing that, so we know that it can peek its ugly head at any point. But when you look at the matchup, I have to go, what is different from this Cowboys team last year compared to this year? And I have to go, the first thing that I think of is coaching, okay? The defense coordinator, that doesn't really change. Maybe his philosophy or what he may do at certain times. But their offensive coordinator, that has changed a lot. And it hasn't really shown. I think that's kind of where a lot of Cowboy fans get a little worried is the differences there. But what are other differences, from this game compared to last game? Let's look at those, Brian. I mean, look at the wide receiver itself.
Shout out to my boy Mike Tag that's in here watching. Mike, I'm telling you now, and I know that the big difference, we were a shell of ourselves in that playoff game last year. We went in there, okay? We didn't have Michael Gallup, Phil. We did not have Michael Gallup. He was out for the year with a torn ACL.
Yep.
We had
Noah Brown,
CeeDee Lamb, okay? We had Dalton Schultz, who was catching balls and not making any effort to get 2 feet in bounds towards the end of the game. True. And once Pollard got hurt, it was a wrap. We are so much deeper defensively with the addition of Mozzie, just playing at a incredible high level on defense, minus the Arizona game. And offensively, just remember, we didn't have Terrence Steele last year, Phil.
Nope.
He was out. We had Tyron Smith playing ass at right tackle.
Side. Yep.
You know what I mean? It was a train wreck. But we know that. Us Cowboys fans know what we were dealing with, yet we still held them to 19 points. And if maybe Dalton Schultz makes a play on the sideline that he should have made, that gets the blame for the loss, basically. We lose Pollard. CD still had a hell of a game for what, they were triple teaming the frigging guy.
Yeah.
We are so much more ahead of the game than we were last year. Now that doesn't mean that we're going to go in there and roll, but I think we spread it open early, and I think we move the ball, we get up. I'm telling you, we are going to be up double digits, and we're going to force Brock Purdy to have to pass. Now, they're going to stay in the run. McCaffrey is arguably the best running back, all-around back in the NFL.
Yep. When healthy, he's a very big threat, definitely.
Yeah, he is. And we're not going to shut him out, people. We're going to have to score. I'm telling you, the first team to 27 points wins the game. Stay tuned for the mailbox pick. But yeah, man, I'm ready to roll. Ultra, are you ready to roll?
No, because and as I understand, he goes, you lost Diggs, and it's understandable. 49ers, add Hardgrave, and yeah, I mean, they get better in some areas, but I can look almost across the board and name a lot of areas where the Dallas Cowboys are not that same team. Just in the sense of the running back, you got a healthy Tony Pollard going in there. You got some backups, ideas of what you're going to be doing compared to what they were doing that day. I'm not really even sure. The wide receivers, Noah Brown compared to Brandon Cooks. Now Gallup, of course, being a more healthier Gallup. Tolbert being a different Tolbert. Your tight ends, I think your tight ends are kind of equal to what they were last year. Obviously, they haven't shown me enough to say that they are. They definitely took a step up. They've been kind of hit and miss. At least you add another weapon in the sense of Schoonmaker to be able to block and to catch. I got to see more in there. But offensive line, man, that is a totally different thing. Damone Clark compared to Anthony Barr. There's a lot there. I mean, the cornerback situations.
I forgot about that.
There's across a lot of areas, and so yes, they add pieces. Oh, they added Randy Gregory. I don't care. Like it's their team. It's their team. Is their
team. I hope he plays, because and I know, Phil, my man's going to line up off sides at least once. Go ahead, Randy, play. You make sure you take a couple hits before the game, get all sparked up.
And I was thinking the same way till the D.
Well, nothing wrong with that, but you know what I mean. EJ, I'm seeing a lot of 20-17.
I was originally thinking that, and I was even thinking that when I originally was thinking that.
I'm telling you right now, Jeff Lee, you're a lot closer than you're like where I'm at. I think it'll be a little closer than that, Jeff. But I think our only chance, Phil, and we'll break it down. I think we got to score points. We got to come out and open it up. Don't expect to do 3 yards.
Yeah, Ultra Cowboy, it's understandable. Last year, Noah Brown had better numbers than Cook. Well, yeah, because his quarterback was the second string quarterback because he was on the practice squad. I mean, I don't take anything to that. What's he been doing this year? Has he been lining up Texans' offense? I don't think so. So, I mean, I love the potential that Brandon Cooks has. This is what Brandon Cooks is not doing, and he's still contributing to the offense. He's still getting first downs. He's still pulling coverages. So, yes, he's not getting the stats, but he can, boom, bust out at any point, and you know that for a fact. We have not seen it, yes, but he hasn't needed to. Arizona, yeah, but I think everybody was kind of off on that one. But I totally understand where your argument is there, but again, it's a different team. And it's a better team. Now, is it good enough? I guess that's what we're going to figure out. But I know it's different. We're going to find out.
But I want to get everybody on record, especially the Eagles fans that are in here. What up, Link? Dude, I love Link Hellafield's name, man. That's the best. But I want to know, are the Niners the best team right now in the NFL as far as playing power? Every power ranking I've seen,
I would think
they're
so.
number one.
Yeah.
So when we beat them, please don't backtrack and say, yeah, but. I want to know, are they the best team? Because we're taking them down tomorrow night. So to get ready for all the backtracking on Monday morning. I can't wait. I'm off Monday, Columbus Day. Just remember, people, there's no mail delivery. So don't expect mail in your mailbox. We're all going to sit home, have our coffee, settle in, and listen to all the excuses as to why Dallas isn't the number one overall ranked team. Whether the Eagles win or not, I don't care. We're blowing people out. So, anyway, I had to get that off my chest. Ultra Cowboy has Dallas losing 24-10. There ain't no way we're only scoring 10 points, Ultra. Come on now. You know your Cowboys better than that.
Yeah, my whole thing is I give them. I mean, like when you look at Dallas, has Dallas faced a defense like this? Well, you can kind of argue the Jets. You can kind of argue some defenses that have been right
Jets
there.
Are a better defense than the Niners.
And so the secondary in the Jets are better than the 49ers. But the front, I got to give 49ers. They got a great front.
And
linebackers amazing.
Niners.
Exactly. But there's a lot of room to throw there. Now, do you have the time? I like the odds with our offensive line being the way that it is. Even some of those guys you had to plug in, I still feel really good about, especially the offensive style. It's just, have the 49ers played a defense? Pause. Let's wait. Have they played a defense? Like,
well,
like I'm looking at the teams that they've played, and it's, to me, there's no going, okay, well, they proved themselves on this particular team. No, that has not, I have not seen that.
Yeah, well, I'm tired of hearing we haven't beaten anybody. Everybody likes to couch everything, okay? Opening night in MetLife to win 40-0. I don't give a shit who's lining up. You won 40-0. It wasn't like you won. You couched it. We beat the Jets 30-10, and the Jets took the Super Bowl champs to the wire, and some say that they should have won with that lame-ass call at the end of the game against Sauce Gardner. So everybody can couch everything. The bottom line is I'd rather be 4-0. Shout out to the Eagles. They're winning the games. As ugly as they are, they're winning the games. I'd much rather be Eagles 4-0, then Cowboys 3-1. But there's a long way to go. I'm still going to stick to my original comment a long time ago, before the season started. It's how healthy are you at the end of the year, and how are you playing? That's all about. If that means the Eagles win the division, which I'm not giving them, there's 12 games after this. And after tomorrow, there's 12 more games to be played. So, the Eagles have to worry about the Rams, because the Rams got Cooper Kupp back, and they have all they can handle the way they're playing tomorrow at 4:25. So, I don't know, man. I'm just ready to go. I don't know if anybody can tell. I'm ready. I'm chomping at the bit. I'm ready for some Cowboys football to shut a lot of people up. So,
well, there's a lot of scenarios. I mean, I look at this game. I could totally get on. It's understandable what Ultra could feel. I mean, he's not feeling that secureness that we were feeling in the beginning of the season with these boys, because he saw a weakness there, and it really showed the NFL nice blueprint. Now, it wasn't a blueprint that was all of a sudden designed. This blueprint has been out there for a couple of years. It's just Arizona's offense happens to be the perfect offense to go against that. And we were saying that before. So when you have an offense that doesn't do anything to counter it, that's when you need it. It's like, okay, Mike McCarthy, well, I haven't had to pull the offense out because the defense has been there. Well, whip it out when you need to, man. It's just, it's like, exactly. It's, that's what we didn't see. And so it's understandable to if you get behind with a defense like San Francisco's, got a great defense. And if you fall behind, you can get trapped just like you can with the Dallas's defense. And so it's understandable why, showing that past recent history, that you would be on board with 49ers running. I mean, you look at the analysts picking it, it's almost a 95% sweep of San Francisco.
Oh, yeah. Nobody's expecting us to win, Phil. Joy Taylor, Shady McCoy, obviously. Shady McCoy is already setting up. It doesn't matter if we win or not. Number one team in the league is the Eagles. It's like, dude, it's not about you this weekend. Do you guys understand? It has nothing to do with the Eagles, good or bad.
Yeah.
It's about if the Eagles are playing the Niners and Dallas is playing the Rams, it would be about the Eagles and the Niners. That's just, listen, the Dallas is a top 5 team. I don't care what anybody says. I had a guy inbox me the other day, Phil, after I did a live at work, and I said Dallas is number one overall. I said Dallas has the number one defense, and he says something about the Cleveland Browns. I'm like, Dallas is number one in points against, and Dallas is number one against the pass. Dallas is number 2 overall. Who the hell looks at overall as far as running? The Niners are actually number 1. We're number 2 overall. I give a shit about points scored and passing yards against. I mean, it doesn't matter, but people are getting all butt hurt. I told you Dallas is going to end up number 1 overall at the end of the year, and I stick by my guns. And our defense is going to be the reason why we win tomorrow night. Or lose,
because let's be real.
Phil,
I mean,
I'm wrong.
Let's be real. I mean, if you look at San Francisco offense, I mean, Brock Purdy does really good in that offense. He gets the ball out. He the offensive line is iffy, whether it's blocking or whatever. But CMC, very good running back. He can start to run all over you if you let him. So yes, they have a big recipe to destroy what Dallas has. But again, it's the combination of the team that I feel I'm a little bit more comfortable going into this matchup this week than I did for the past 4 to 5 weeks thinking about this matchup, where I would have automatically circled it as a 49ers win. It's got me feeling a little differently now that I'm seeing pieces come together. Obviously, I'm not happy with how Dallas has been playing offensively. The red zone, if you pick up something, you could complain about it all day. I could pick out the best part of this team and just destroy it. And I think you guys see Dan Orlovsky and do all that plenty of times. But I love our overall matchup. Do you want to talk about some of these going into it, whether it's quarterbacks, running backs, things like that?
Yeah, well, let's, first, like what you said, everybody is expecting us to do, a crap to bed. I don't know. The bottom line is Dak Prescott is in a perfect mindset. When Dak is the way he is, I'm putting my money on Dak Prescott. He is like, I don't know if you saw his T-shirt. You fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
He's in a mindset. This defense, his secondary can be had. Yes, they're great on the offensive line. I mean, a D line, and they're great in the linebackers. The secondary can be had, and on the other side of the ball, they don't have McGlinchey at right tackle anymore. You could say what you want about him. He was kind of steady Eddie. They got a rookie at right tackle. Their offensive line is not great. It's their coaching that makes them great. Their play calls and scheme that makes them great. In order for us to be successful, we need to get a lead and be able to hunt Brock Purdy. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm ready. I'm thinking good. Now, you want to get into position battles? I mean, is that what you want to talk about?
No. I don't know if you really want to, talk about positions. And, I think we know what they have on each team. Both offenses can move the ball. Both defenses can as well. Like, when I'm looking at my fantasy points, fantasy football people, and they're just like, yeah, let's be real. Like, they show San Francisco and they go, well, San Francisco does, 8th best against kickers. So I wouldn't put the kicker in for Dallas and stuff. I'm like, well, if I put the 2 and 2 together, I don't think their defenses face an offense like Dallas. And Dallas is struggling to score points. So I would imagine Dallas would be able to move the ball. But whether they're scoring touchdowns and going for field goals, I mean, that would make more sense to me. So unfortunately, yeah, we don't want to kick field goals, but it might be one of those type of days too.
Well, how we can attack this team, Phil, especially on offense, is the right cornerback, Demondre Lenoir. They have Charvarius Ward. He's good. But I don't think he's special, but he's better. Lenoir is who you could definitely pick on. You got Hufanga, who's the strong safety. Likes to
hit.
Yeah, between Hufanga and the linebacker Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, they roam the middle to stop the run. So that's why I said spread them out and attack Lenoir and attack Ward and get a lead. Easily done. You can do it. It's been done. The Niners have not been they're doing well all around, but they're allowing points to be scored. I mean, let's not act like they're not. Cleveland Farrell on the one defensive end is not very good. Obviously, you got Eric Armstead and Javon Hargrove and Hargrave and Nick Bosa. Yeah, that's good. Ooh. But you could attack the edges. I don't know that we're going to run up the middle of this game. We're going to have to attack the edges.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine, man. I mean, I'm telling you, this defense can be had. And I just hope Randy Gregory plays because he doesn't scare me one iota. So, he don't.
Well, let's talk about some of these
walls.
Let's talk about these NFL matchups before we get into any kind of scores and thoughts on the big, how we think the game's going to actually go.
All right. Well, let's break it down. Listen. After the Thursday night game where the Washington left hand up Commanders were a 6-point favorite against the Chicago Bears and got blown out.
Oh, and I had DJ Moore on the bench.
Oh, dude, that hurts.
Yeah, it was like 45 points, and I'm like,
well, my son, he ended up starting Justin Fields, but the guy he played ended up picking up. The guy he played ended up having DJ Moore and Darnell Mooney. Now, I don't think Mooney did anything, but it kind of offset. But I'm like, AJ, he kind of just shot most of his receiver wad there, so to speak, and But anyway, all right, we'll break down the first game. We're back in Tottenham Hot.
Yep.
In London. Buffalo Bills visit the Jacksonville London Jaguars.
The London
Jaguars.
Bills
are a -5.5 favorite versus the Jags. What up, Brad? Welcome. Captain Taki, what up, man? So what do you like, man?
Nice.
I know who I like. What do you like?
Man, okay, so instantly my thoughts are to go to the Bills. But when I feel this way, I'm usually this. That's when Jacksonville all of a sudden turns it on, and there's some team, and Buffalo is like, I don't know really if we want to play football today. But again, I'm still gonna somehow go with Buffalo on this matchup. We'll see if I'm right or wrong on that one.
Well, listen, man. You know, all of a sudden, Josh Allen, the turnover machine, is like the favorite to win the MVP. Don't ask me. I don't know how these things work because he beat Miami.
Is it like the Heisman Trophy or like getting into the college championship?
But you know what? Buffalo just flew in. So they are going to be jet lagged out the wazoo. Give me the Jags plus the 5.5. They've been sitting there. They didn't come home. They played well in London. I'll take the Jags plus the points. Run to the window on this one. I think the Buffalo could win a field goal game, but they ain't winning by more than 5.5 against the Topman hot Jags. That's just me. I don't know what you guys think.
Well, I'm going to say if they didn't eat any of the breakfast from over there, because if your stomach's not used to that breakfast, and then all of a sudden you waking up and it's not going, and so I can see Buffalo getting that.
Yeah.
No, okay, but if I had to really go, I mean that's a great fact that we're talking about where Jacksonville's been there. They already had to kind of just wait there, and then Buffalo to come in. So yeah,
Buffalo got in. Just with the time difference, they got in at like ridiculous time. I mean, they left. It's just like they're gonna have to catch up on their sleep. So I don't know. Who knows, man? If you're gun to the head. Give me the Jags plus the 5.5. I don't know if that's necessarily something I'd want to bet. But what up, Cowboy Mafia?
Right.
Welcome.
That's right.
Ultra Cowboy. Buffalo lost their top CB. Yeah, there you go. So that even makes my
sense.
pick even better, right?
No, not yet, Brad.
Prediction yet? Game time? Not yet, Brad. It's coming, baby. It's coming.
It's coming.
We're going to break down every NFL game, and then we'll get to the Cowboys.
And I'm going to tell you how I'm going to be wrong about half of them. So,
and I'll be wrong about the other half.
Yeah, exactly.
That's gambling.
So, yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next game here. We got the Atlanta Falcons minus 1.5, 2, depending on what casino you're at, against the Houston Texans. Obviously, the first team is going to be home. So Atlanta at home minus 1.5, 2 against the Houston Texans. What do you think, Phil?
I think I would have to go Houston on this one. Atlanta, kind of where they came out that first week, you're like, okay, maybe Atlanta is something, and then no, they just kind of prove that they have a rookie quarterback, and they still don't know how to use Kyle Pitts, and the defense is something there. It could be, I don't know, depending on the day of the week. So and Houston seems to be getting a clicking. The defense is kind of behind Ryan. What's his name? Their coach, their linebacker coach. What is his name? DeMarco.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
D'Amico Ryan.
Thank you, D'Amico Ryan. Yeah. So they're playing good football. So I would probably have to go more towards Houston compared to Atlanta because Atlanta kind of looks a little lost sometimes.
This is one of those games where I think Atlanta somehow wins the game, but I agree with you. Houston's been playing great, but I think Atlanta. This is one of those games they get the dub at home. Don't worry about the points. Field goal game, maybe more. Maybe you see Bijan, go nuts. I don't know. Houston's defense is playing great. Houston itself is playing great, but I don't know. Give me Atlanta at home, and we'll take it. Next game we got is the Detroit Lions at home, favorite minus 9.5 against the winless Carolina Panthers. So Detroit minus 9.5 against the Carolina Panthers.
My heart wants to go to Detroit and say Detroit all the way. But isn't this about time where Detroit kind of throws us a curveball and makes us all think differently? Especially against a team that's 0-4 and you're not really putting
This is one of those games, Phil, where you look up and you go, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
Carolina's up 14-0."
Yeah. Yep.
And Detroit wins the game, but they don't cover, type of deal.
I want to say Detroit is going to kind of start to put their the skeletons back into the closet. Their ghosts to rest. Just maybe they actually show up for this game and don't look past it like the Cowboys looked past Arizona. So I'm gonna go Detroit on this one just because they're a better team.
Yeah. I think Detroit wins the game. I don't think they cover. Amon-Ra St. Brown, my fantasy wide receiver, is out. I think that Carolina in a dome, I think they keep it close. They'll give me Carolina plus the 9.5. And
he's just going total opposite from me.
Yeah. Next game, 1 o'clock, and I want to touch on this, so we could touch on it after we make our prediction, or as I make my prediction. We get into the signing. Indianapolis Colts are the home team, plus 2.5, so they're the home dog against the Tennessee Titans.
Didn't we already talk about this one? Like it feels like we have. It's just they feel. Let's be real. I feel like Tennessee and the Colts are playing each other every single week. They don't. I don't know. Nothing. I've been a little bit surprised by them, but then they've shown me that they're a 800. They're just a 500 team. It's just on both sides. I want to see Tennessee do a little bit more. I thought maybe if they replace that A.J. Brown signing with a D. Hopkins type of thing, you need a more overall bigger receiver, not just a guy that can just run a 9 route, pretend you're Randy Moss, and we'll see if you can catch it. That's a half and half type of situation for me. I'm weirdly enough, I'm gonna go with the Colts on this one.
Yeah, I am. You're going Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. I only say that because I think this is where the Tennessee defense, Derrick Henry going up against a rookie quarterback. Now, what I wanted to touch on, but I will take Tennessee minus the 2.5 as the road favorite, just to win the game, whether it be by a field goal. Jonathan Taylor just signed a 3-year. Did you see that?
Captain Taki, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. What a way to roll over on your own words, Ursay. Like, seriously. How are you going to make that? Well, I mean, in the offseason, we're not going to sign him. We're not going to do this. We're not going to fold. We're not going to be this. And then all of a sudden, this happens. You're just like, really? Really, dude? Like
3-year, $42 million extension.
Let's just be real. Every running back doesn't have to reset the market, okay? Every quarterback doesn't have to reset the market. Some of them are worth it, some of them are not. Now, maybe they feel like some of their wins that they've had have circled around him a little bit more than what they, okay, now we need to build it. That's where you can see it coming out more. But I think this is just a stupid move.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I love the player. But I don't think it necessarily helps in this game. I think the Titans win the game. Just experience. They have a good defense, and I think that the Titans can have more ways to win. Who knows? But if I had to pick, I'd take the Titans. Next game, poor New York Giants. My lord, Miami Dolphins. The home favorite minus 12.5 against the New York Football Giants.
I'm amazed it's not more. Let's just be real.
I'm just telling you right now, Miami's going to roll after that debacle in New York. I'll just jump right into it. Miami's winning by 20 points. But,
yeah. I could definitely see this one getting out of hand by halftime. Just because New York, I don't know, man. I can see some times where maybe in the beginning you're sitting there going, whoa, maybe Miami's going to be stopped by them. But there's so many scenarios in my head. I'm like Doctor Strange just sitting here going, I just went over 4,000. It went 4,000, 4 million different scenarios, and it looks like they only get one. And everything has to go right for them to get that one. Okay, so because Miami defensively, they can definitely match up with them. Offensively, come on. Can we really even talk about that? And again, any given Sunday, and we've seen it in the past as well, too. But to me, this is such a mismatch. I definitely will take the Dolphins.
Just a quick little for Twiz. I see Twiz in here. He likes the Fins. Eagles elevate Bradley Roby, place Cam Jurgens on IR. So Cam Jurgens, one of your starting linemen, is on the IR. Eagles place guard Cam Jurgens on injured reserve. Jurgens was ruled out with a foot injury on Friday, so he's not out for the year, but he has to miss at least
4
games.
weeks, right? Okay.
Yeesh.
That sucks, man.
Man,
I don't like seeing
that's
that.
not
Never like
looking
seeing
good.
that. Never like seeing that.
I don't. All right, let's move on to the next game. New England Patriots are the home favorite by 1. A big, fat 1 point against the New Orleans Saints. Patriots -1 against New Orleans. What do you like, Phil? This is actually an intriguing game.
So to me, when I add the things together, I may be totally wrong, but this is my recipe that I'm going to throw into the pot, and let's see if we bake this a little bit. Now, Bill Belichick, in the past, being blown out has hardly happened. But when it has happened, statistically, his teams have definitely come back and kind of countered that. Nobody starts to think about that butt whooping that they received because all of a sudden they're a contender again. Now, what's going to happen with the quarterback controversy? Is Mac Jones finally going to come back in? What's going to happen there? I think that's a big thing. New Orleans, I wanted to give New Orleans a lot more credit this year. I thought Derek Carr was going to be able to move this ball. For all the negative $65 million that they were in a hole, they really put together a pretty good roster, with that, being a big negative on their books. But this has not been a surprise, a team that I've I can get behind in the sense that, oh yeah, they're going to take care of business this week. So I actually going to go surprisingly to the Patriots, and I think Belichick and them are going to at least win by a point or two. So I would give them like a field goal maybe. So I would take the points.
Yeah, I would definitely take the points at New Orleans there. I think New England is going the opposite direction. It's a tough place. I think New England, if this were later on in the season, a dome team type of deal, but I believe New Orleans, it all depends. If Derek Carr is playing, I think they win the game. Alvin Kamara is back, so that helps them. I'll take the point if I have to pick it. I would stay away from this game. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I probably would, yeah.
I'm an interconference, uncommon opponent type of deal. But if I had to pick it, give me the Saints. I think they have more firepower. Offensively and defensively, so give me the better team. But they haven't played to that level as of yet. But I think it's coming. So next game, it's our final 1:00 matchup. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers +4.5 at home against the Baltimore Ravens. This is one of my favorite games of the weekend because it's the divisional battle between the Steelers and the Ravens, who are playing really well. So
I would have to go Baltimore on this one. Again, yeah. I like Pittsburgh's defense. I think they're going to keep them in a lot of games, but there's too many things on the Baltimore's offense to cover for that type of defense. You got one real big star guy, other guys that have really complementary roles. So I can't see Pittsburgh being able to stop them all the way. And I really can't see Kenny Pickett being able to score a lot more than 20 points. So I got to go Baltimore on this one.
Yeah, I agree with you on this. Definitely Baltimore. Pittsburgh, they could surprise me, but I doubt it. They don't have a lot. It takes everything for them to go right for them to win. And against, Lamar Jackson is playing well. I just like the Ravens. That defense is always ready to roll. I think if they win this week, they're almost wrapping up the division. Oh, God forbid something happens injury-wise. They're just racking up the divisional wins. I definitely take the Ravens. Here we go, Twiz. This is your squad, baby. 405. The Los Angeles Rams are a 4.5 point dog against the Philadelphia Eagles. What do you like, Phil? What do you like?
I definitely think this could be a close game in the beginning. But I think by the second half, I think this is the first time I'm going to pick against them. But I'm going to go against Philly and pick the Rams on this one, just because I look
Shots fired. What up, Mark
I look at the
Holmes?
two.
How are you, buddy?
I look at the two teams, and I'm not thinking that the Rams are great on defense or anything, but they got a lot. They do have weapons. They do have Aaron Donald. They do have some people that you have to worry about. And the offense, again, for Philly, can move the ball on them. So I do see them having success. I just see the Rams offense having more success against Philly's defense. I mean, I could see the turnover or whatever that they get because, Stafford always gives you that occasional turnover. But I just think that the Rams offense is just a little bit more than what they can handle, especially with Cooper Kupp coming back. And then you got that rookie that's tearing it up.
Cooper Kupp is back. This Cam Jurgens thing, really, I didn't know he was that hurt. I see this as a field goal game. So give me the Rams plus the points. I can see the Eagles. This is not couching it. I can see them winning it by a field goal, but I'm going to take the points with the Rams. Give me the 4.5, 4 against the Eagles. I think the Eagles are doing it with mirrors right now, and I think I didn't give the Rams enough credit. This starts the season. I think coaching matters. I think the Rams have the coaching edge.
Hey, we've been right.
Week.
We've been right about Philly each week. Even when we say it's going to be close, but they'll pull it out, and they have exactly what we said.
Yeah,
so
I
this one's
picked against the Eagles.
No,
yet.
this was the first time I'm picking against them. And hey, again, like you're saying, there is a recipe there for them to beat them. We see them. Rams aren't the Super Bowl contending team that they were years ago.
Not.
So yeah, they are beatable, but they're going to give you a
I don't know
challenge.
If you can run the ball against the Rams like you ran against everybody else, and that's been their recipe for success. Listen, the Eagles are 4-0. They've got the job done. They're not playing great. They're just playing good enough. I think this is where if they go in and win by 10 like Philly D says, then I will give them their props. I now seeing Cam Jurgens is out on the IR. I see the Rams being able to attack that defensive running game. Jalen Hurts, he's going to have to run his ass off in this game, and he may be able to do it. I'm just saying, give me the points.
There's definitely some ways to throw it there.
Game.
Yeah, I think there's some stuff to throw it there. Coming across those long drag routes like that A.J. Brown likes to do. I think you'd run those. That's a lot of success there. You just need to be able to do it quickly because that defensive front is going to definitely be coming. And as we talk about this and we push it there, I have to ask you because I keep seeing this as well. I don't know if we've talked about this, but that whole tush push type of thing.
Brad Harris.
That whole tush push. Are you against it or are you with it? Are you for it?
This has nothing to do with the Eagles. It's just me, old school. A lot of NFL rules are rules because of the game and how the game looks. I don't like it because I think it's rugby. I think it's stupid and looks ugly. But at the end of the day, you got to stop it. Mm-hmm. Now, I am reading a headline here on ESPN. The Eagles are so good at the tush push that that the NFL may ban it. Now, see, I'm not banning it because they're good at it. I'm banning it because it's stupid. We have a rule where there's nobody around, Phil. I'm running into the end zone. If I fumble the ball at the 1 yard line and it goes through the end zone, it's the other team's ball. That's about as stupid a rule as you could have. Okay, there has been no possession gained.
I like it.
It should be the team who last possessed it, right, fumbling through the end zone. Why would we give it to the other team?
Because it's an end zone.
It's stupid.
It ends. It ends, man.
I don't like that.
I love it. I love it. I think it's a great rule.
I hate that rule. Now, the tush push looks ass. It looks stupid. It's rugby. Now, you want to play rugby, you should go over and play rugby, but it is what it is. Eagles have perfected it. Shout out to them.
See, when I look at it, I have no problem with it. I totally get it. I've played it. The offense is pushing forward now. That whole cheap, going to people's knees type of whole blocking, and there's a lot of things can be said that there's a lot of like crack blocking. One person's blocking, the other person's hitting them as well too. So there could be something there, but you got to stop it, man. So if the team's really good at it, you got to stop it. If you want to shove, like you want to have your running back, come back and just slam your quarterback into go ahead, man. You're paying him millions of dollars. I guess you can treat him whatever
Right.
way you want to. It's just, again, like I'm with it. I don't see the big problem with it. And I also don't see the problem with fumbling into the end zone and the other team gets it.
I just don't see like handing the ball here. You get it because we fumbled it. I
We shouldn't have fumbled it. Shouldn't have fumbled it.
I got you.
When you reach for it, you got to make sure you're down, man. It's just, I get it. The one that throws me off sometimes is when they're running to the side and they jump out of bounds and they go, well, it's technically crossed the line of scrimmage, even though they're out of bounds. I'm like, yeah, that's not. You can touch it. No, I get it. You touch it, but touch it in the inside, not the outside of that pillar, that pylon or whatever like that. So, anyways, I'm going on a random thing.
You're good. All right, so listen, man. My original thought was the Rams were going to lose to the Eagles by 10, kind of like what Philly D said. Now seeing Cam Jurgens being out against that defense, it all depends. If Matt Stafford isn't very good, mobile, then the Eagles are going to win. I don't know. I'm not that close to the situation in the Rams.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp is back. Nobody can stop Cooper Kupp. We shall see. Moving on, Arizona Cardinals, home dog, a +3, 3.5, depending on the casino, against the Cincinnati Bengals.
This where Cincinnati finally turns it on? Is this going to be the game? I think this is where I feel it. I think this is where you're going to see Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. All you're just going to see it all come to all full circle. So I would probably go Bengals on this one.
Yeah, I love the Bengals in this game. I think they blow out the Cardinals. I think Joe Burrow is a week more healthier than he was the previous week. Give me the Bengals to put up a big number here and beat the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals shot their wad. That's the second time I said that. Against the Cowboys, you saw what they happened last week. I think they get blowed out at home against the Bengals. So Joe Burrow gets the dub, probably 10 or more. So next game is the horrendous.
Truth, man. I remember that game.
Denver Broncos.
Jeff Heath.
-2.5 against the Jets.
Oh, man. The Broncos. Wow. Wow. I don't know. Like, what team is going to show up? Like, maybe they're going to be better now that they don't have Randy Gregory. I know we got better after we got rid of Randy Gregory.
Right.
So, like, maybe they could improve. Man, like, I want to give Denver this matchup, but I can't. I'm going to go Jets, weirdly enough.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Denver could destroy the Jets. Yes, I definitely see it. But I think the Jets could hold them, and I think Zach Wilson will show something, and nobody will take Zach Wilson give him credit because it's Denver. So I think an upset here.
Yeah, I like Denver to blow them out.
Yeah, so I mean, I could definitely see
like
that
Denver
because
to
they're a
blow
better
them out.
team. They're a better team overall, but the Jets. I did not expect the Jets to play any type of game that they played against the Chiefs.
Cowboys?
When the Chiefs were going, I did not expect that. So I got to give them credit on there.
Yeah, I think Denver gets the job done. I mean, who knows? I think the Jets had their shot. Jets had been playing well.
I didn't know they were playing.
Jets, they should have beat Pat Mahomes. That was a ass call against Sauce Gardner. I'll say it again. Mm-hmm. Technically, it was the right call, but I don't like that call. I'll take the Broncos at home -2.5 to finally get their act together. Next game we got is the Minnesota Vikings +3.5 at home against the Kansas City Chiefs.
I mean, I'm trying to concoct a recipe in my head that gives Minnesota some kind of victory in this one, and I can't see it. I guess.
Why is it only 3.5?
Justin Jefferson, I guess, could do something with Kirk Cousins. I mean, Kirk Cousins is capable. It's not in prime time, so I mean, if anything, I guess it could happen, but I can't. I mean. To me, it says everything
there,
screams.
Glimmer Man, we're getting there.
Everything screams Chiefs to me. Sorry, Glimmer Man. I know. I'm part. Sorry, man. We're almost there.
We're getting there, bro. We're getting there. We're only 50 minutes in. Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs minus 3.5 to go into Minnesota and beat that ass. I don't think Minnesota is very good. Shout out to the 45 people in the chat.
I appreciate everybody coming through.
you.
Sorry we're dragging this out, guys. They're like, we're here to watch
No, we're
the
not
scores,
dragging it
man.
out. The Goberman's got a hot date.
He's like, come on, man. I got time is money.
Don't worry, we're getting there. We're getting there. Hold your horses, Glimmerman. Anyway, moving on. We're gonna skip over our game just
because Glimmerman. Yeah, just because of him.
And we're gonna go to the Las Vegas Raiders.
Never mind. We're going back. Never mind. We're going back to our game now.
Yeah, -2. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the beginning and revisit. No.
You interrupted me in the middle of my prediction. Now we got to start all over.
Some people care, Glimmerman. Some people care. Anyway, Las Vegas -2 against the Green Bay Packers on Monday night.
I'm going to give Green Bay this game.
Yeah.
Just
Bingo.
because it might be close, it might halftime, and then
up,
Green Bay in the second half, all of a sudden will turn it on and start beating the Raiders, and nobody really cares.
Yeah, give me the Packers.
So Glimmerman was right.
We're going to the Cowboy game. Go, Phil.
Going.
We're going, Glimmerman. We're going. Elena, how are you, sweetie? How are you? Brad Harris, 38-24.
Oh, here we go. Here we go with the scores. Here we go.
Yeah, I want to see everybody score. All right, man. Yeah, I got you, Glimmerman. We're speeding it up for you.
Yes,
all right?
Yes.
We're speeding it up for you. Just because we love you. I want to see everybody's scores, please. Twiz, even though you're an Eagle fan, Philly D, give me the score on the Cowboy game, please. Everybody.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give you my prediction before the mailman delivers his.
Hold up. Niners -3.5. Not that we give a crap about points with the Cowboy game. Niners -3.5. The line has come down a full point. Started out at 4.5. Cowboys are a 3.5-point underdog at Oh wait, it's not Candlestick. I don't even know what it is called anymore. But whatever.
Some weird quiz or something like that.
Anyway, who do you like, Phil? I know who you like.
Okay.
Who you like.
So go again. I'm gonna retrack in the sense that before this season, easily, I was automatically circling a loss here in this game. Earlier in the week, just feeling how everything's going. Tyron Smith,
baby.
Tyron Smith, I didn't know what was going on with him. I didn't know, me and you were talking about Tyron Smith. We were talking about the fact that, are they keeping him out for the 2 games to give him back down to $15 million to where his salary was at, to kind of keep him at that level? And I guess the addition to that is that you were keeping him healthy for this game. And right now, this is, again, we are going into a game for the first time in a very long time with all 5 offensive starters as of today, a Saturday, and nobody's stretched before they slept or anything like that. So I had to give San Francisco this, throughout. I mean, I see Brock Purdy playing. I see Christian McCaffrey just doing his thing like crazy. The defense is definitely complementing that offense. To me, it's an unbeatable team. And then the Cowboys start playing their games, and then they start whooping up on teams. Not by a touchdown. It's not by they're whooping them. The defense, yeah, they had a game in between that it wasn't. But when you're going out of 4 games, you're telling me 3 of them are a certain way. I'm not going to look at that 4th one as much. It's kind of where you ever watch Super Troopers, and they're doing that like shooting. He goes, "Hey, what about this little guy?" He's like, "I wouldn't worry about that little guy." Like. That's what that is right now. Until they show patterns of it, I'm not going to be too concerned, but I know that it can poke its head out at any time. So, San Francisco, I don't see them like scoring as much as they have in the past with a lot of these other teams. They haven't faced a defense like this. Now, Dallas, of course, has faced defenses like this, and I have seen them move. So, the long way around, as much as I was giving this to San Francisco the whole time, I have to actually go back and give it to Dallas. I think Dallas... Yeah, it's this regular season. I see Dallas more of a regular season thing. Now, playoffs, that's going to be a whole different thing. But I see that Dallas can win this game, and we'll win it 27-20, and that's going to be my score.
You surprised me.
So, yeah, I was originally going to go 20-17. I was going to go San Francisco, but with how everything's kind of going, and I can feel a Dallas victory. Now, I can see it obviously going either way, where we whoop them and they whoop us, but I kind of see this being a close game, and we get a touchdown towards the end to kind of pull away.
Yeah. I love your pick, man. You're scaring me because I thought for sure you were going to go Niners.
Which is understandable.
Real quick, and we'll get to some of the scores after I make my prediction. Philly D game time, what a great pickup. One of my favorite ball players of all time. Yeah, Bryce Harper's the man. Rhonda Lovelay, Mark Holmes is the hardest working man on the planet. I've said that many times, Rhonda. He is. I've never been around a guy who works that hard over just he busts his ass, man. So he deserves everything he gets. Here's my deal. My original thought about this game, and listen, we're not, ultra Cowboys anti-Dak. I think he's a Cowboy fan, but he never has them winning. He had us winning 6 last week, so now we won. We were wrong last week, ultra. And you're.
But we only get 2 more. We only get 3 more, right? We can only get 3 more victories.
Damn, you defeated, bro. Yeah, ultra. He's defeated, man. I don't understand. My original thing with this game was like a 28-24 type of situation for the Niners. Then once I realized we're going to have our whole offensive line, and then I literally looked back and watched the game from last year in the playoffs and how much better we are on defense now. We have a Michael Gallup who was out of the game with a torn ACL. We have a Terrence Steele who was out of the game for the year with a torn ACL. Everybody forgets all the injuries we had last year. They just want to talk about how we choked. Okay, we had a beat up a Tyron Smith playing right tackle who looked like a fish out of water. It was ugly. We had Tyler Smith playing left tackle, who, under the circumstance, played fairly decent.
Yeah.
There was just one thing after another. It was basically CeeDee Lamb and a bunch of you-know-whats. We had rookies. Yeah, we had a rookie, Jake Ferguson, and we had Dalton Schultz, who played horrendous in the game. And we're way better defensively this year against the run than we were last year, and we held them to 19 points.
Yeah, Rhonda.
So when I take it all in and I reach in.
So hold on, I want to say. So Rhonda says, hubby says Winers will win by 10. Who gives a rat's ass? Exactly.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Exactly. What do you think? It doesn't matter what you think, because The Rock. Oh, sorry. Ultra Cowboy. At the beginning of the season, I said the same thing about my Yankees. They will not make the playoffs. All right, listen. Ultra, you said Dallas was going to win 6 games. That's my problem with what you're saying. We've already got 3. So you tell me we're only going to win 3 the next, for the rest. Come on. That's not right, man. And I like you, but here's how I see the game going. I see Dallas coming out and spreading out the offense. I think they go no huddle. I think they move the ball quick. I really think we put up points quick on this team. It can be done. I think the Niners score late to make it close. I think this is not like the playoff game, Phil, where there was 19 points scored for the Niners to win the game. Now, Dallas is scoring, and they're scoring often. I think it becomes a close game, but I will take the Cowboys plus the 3.5 and the over 45 in the final. It's the over-under is 45 points. I got it. Dallas 30, Niners 24. Niners score a touchdown late. Niners score a touchdown, and they have the ball. I'm even going to tell you what happens. Niners have the ball. They're driving for the winning touchdown, and Malik Hooker gets an interception to seal the deal.
I would have gone Deron Bland, but yeah, I like it.
The 30-24 is the final. Go friggin' Cowboys.
See, and again, if this is a playoff game, I may be swinging my my pick the other way just because of recent
Right.
history and how it's been.
Yes.
49ers is definitely a playoff team. You know, this is definitely going to have, you know, you're getting poked at. As a Cowboy fan, you're getting poked at with a lot in the sense of, oh, wow, they're just treating this like a playoff game.
That's for you.
They're treating this like a playoff game. And I'm just like, well, dude, because we're smart enough to understand the playoff implementation. Oh, wow, you're going to let you say it. It's like the playoff picture in the sense that if we're at the same record, this is a tiebreaker. And we saw last year, I mean, San Francisco definitely had a better record, but other than this game, you know, there's some matchups where I could see them going on a big stretch here. Obviously, every team has to deal with injuries. What happens when Christian McCaffrey does his thing? Because, again, Christian McCaffrey is an amazing running back, but what has been the problem when he was in Carolina? What was his problem? His problem was staying healthy. We know that for a fact. When he was in there, amazing. So I want to see how he's going to do for the rest of the year. They got a great offense. They got a great defense. They're definitely going to have to see them in the playoffs. And again, this is a great measuring stick for Dallas to see where we're at. So even if we walk away with a loss, how was the loss? Was it a close loss? Was it a battle? Were you guys going back and forth? Like it all depends on how you lose as well, which will give me hope for that next matchup.
Yeah, everybody wants to say who we played, okay, but who have the Niners played? You know, that's my thing. Listen, the Niners are a great team. They're going to score. They're going to score. You know, they're going to score some points. But I definitely think.
He's watching them. He's watching the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm watching the baseball game.
Playoffs. Yeah.
Playoffs. Philly, the CMC getting over. I have him in fantasy, so it's a kind of a rough week for me. I got Dak and I got.
I can understand that, Mark.
So
I can understand that. Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, we're not great at stopping those running backs from getting out
They're gonna
in space.
Score, Mark, yeah. I gave them 24 points, which is way more. This is what. That's 5 points more than they scored in a playoff win last year. They're going to score points. I just feel like we're going to get out and be hot out of the gate. My question to you, Phil, is we win the toss. What are you doing? Are you deferring or
I'm receiving.
Are you taking the ball?
I'm receiving.
You want to take the ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason why there's so many.
I would defer, but.
Yeah, well, Dallas the last 3 times has deferred, and it has not worked out that way with this matchup. So
okay,
let's change it. Let's change it up. You know me. I'd rather get the ball in the second half. That's why I'm not going to be disappointed if that's the way that it happens. Obviously, I love the whole kicking off and everything.
Hey, Regina, how are you?
Just because if you don't get your offense doesn't get going, you know how this team can be. You know, when you look back even at the Patriots game or even the New York Giants game, it wasn't like they came out and just scored like crazy. You know, they stumbled a little bit, and then the defense and stuff had to do their thing, and then all of a sudden the offense could move the ball a little bit. But you know, this is going to be a heck of a matchup. I'm excited just because we're in week 5, and this feels really big, doesn't it?
It's I don't know why Eagles fans are getting so
they want to be
shape.
They want to be. They want to be the rival.
It's the biggest game of the year to date. It is. Sorry. I mean, you guys are still 4-0. Nobody's saying you're not a good team, but right now it's 2 powerhouses going up against it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the Niners win, we know what's going to happen. Like it's going to be Dallas. There's frauds. If Dallas wins, it's going to be but Eagles are 4-0 or whatever, 5-0. We can't win nothing now, so let's just go win the freaking game and put these people in this position. I honestly feel really good about the game. My only fear is if we win, it's not the end of the year. You know, we need there's 12 more games to be played.
Yeah, I do know. Yeah, exactly.
We'll have 12 games.
And even if they win, I don't care if they dominate and stuff. That doesn't mean anything for later on matchup to me. That does not mean anything for there. But
Avtar Singh, Niners have scored on each of the 4 first possessions. Yeah, Avtar, I would,
and it makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. They got a good game plan.
I guess I would do what Phil said and take the ball. I guess that's what I would do. You know what? You're probably right, Phil. The good thing about the head coach of the Niners is he He's great at calling plays, and his first 10, 15 plays, his script is going to be on point.
On point,
So maybe we take the ball. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. After we would take that as well too. So I mean, best of luck to your team. I hope if anything,
make sure you show up Monday night, buddy.
Your team stays healthy. Our team stays healthy. I just want us to see. Want to see where each team lies right now. And of course, even if one team blows the other one out or whatever, we see this
fading.
Yeah, it probably is. It's right towards the end of my broadcast. This is where usually my NFL, my network. Yeah,
I could tell you're all choppy. So wrap it up. Yep. Wrap it.
Exactly. Comcast, like that's it. You're over your internet limit. So, anyways, Brian, what do you want to say to everybody before you get out of here?
Listen, I don't know exactly what's going on tomorrow night. I think Phil's taking the night off as far as streaming, so I'll probably be on for the Dallas game somewhere. We'll see. Stay tuned. Go Cowboys. It'll be a good day of football. I'm excited about tomorrow.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm excited just in general for football because we just picked almost like complete opposite through everything. So this is going to be very interesting. We'll probably still be 50-50 when it comes down to it. And I just hope
Curtis.
I hope the ones that we agreed on is where we win, the most. So again, everybody, I appreciate you coming through. Listen. There's a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people excited about this. Now, you can definitely be on the bandwagon of Ultra Cowboy. We do not mind at all. I totally understand. I have friends like that as well. And hey, man, until the Dallas Cowboys actually prove something, I get it, man. It's been a big, huge drought. Hey, I didn't do that. It's been a big, huge drought. It's been a big, huge drought, and it's understandable, that they need to prove something. And this is a good way to kind of show everybody that, hey, man, we mean some business. Or is it going to be like another Arizona week where we're going to put our heads down? It's probably me, man. It's probably me.
All right, man. Well,
anyways,
ring that bell.
Anyways, I appreciate everybody coming through. Give us a comment about your score on there and let us know who you think is going to win. So, again, Brian, I appreciate you coming through. Don't forget to do what?
Ring that bell.
Yes.
Hey! We know each other. He's a friend from work.
What you do, you're like a little screw loose type of guy, and that's how I am. So I'm digging it, big guy. I am.
Who are you?
You.
No, not me, you.
Yes, I am you.
Just answer the damn questions. Who are you?
Gametime Bryan, otherwise known as the mailman here.
Cool name. Superpowers?
Broadcasting from the illustrious Jobu Studio.
Come on, are you going to tell me who that is?
Primetime Phil. And, of course, my co-host, Gametime Bryan.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this place is going to explode. $100,000. I don't even need to hear it.